Still gonna eat.
All right. Show. Let's set ourselves a scene. Last time on Curse of the Crimson Throne. Everyone say one sentence about something that happened last session.
Who's gonna go first?
I'll go. So Zyph'eria got to go shopping at the market and buy all sorts of goodies for people.
Hell yeah. Bakin.
Valros got to also...
Oh, sorry.
Bakin.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Please proceed.
Me or Bakin?
Yeah, Addie, you were talking and I interrupted you, so you go ahead.
No, okay, you're good. Okay. Valros also went shopping, caught up with her old mentor in the forest, and then got very tired because she caught a cool new cloak.
Harper also went shopping and also went on a maybe date, maybe platonic outing with his assistant.
One will never know.
Who will know?
I'm pretty certain Bakin did a little shopping too. I think that was a thing.
Shopping.
And then some drinking.
Well, of course there was some drinking and some eating and some talking to some back street boys. I mean back alley boys, whatever the hell they are.
I am gonna start calling them the Backstreet Boys, and I'm not even gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to not do that, and I'm gonna be doing that. Thanks.
Back alley's back. All right.
You're welcome.
Bum bananum bum bum bum. Anyway, okay. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. So after the holiday festivities, that's my transition sound. After the holiday festivities, you are invited back to Field Marshal Cressida Croft's office, and she greets you there. She obviously like you saw her over the holidays. She seemed like they were a little stressful, but surprisingly enough, she actually seemed less stressed. As far as your frame of reference for knowing Field Marshal Croft, she seemed less stressed over the holidays than her standard point, which was very nice for her. Unfortunately, it's back. The bags, everything, it's all back.
Oh.
Unfortunately for her, that is. And she brings you into her office. And as you know, Varric Van Kaskerkin, who you had helped apprehend earlier, has skipped town along with the Cowhammer boys, who have also, as far as you know, they no longer work at All the World's Meat. It's not sure if they still live in Korvosa or if they moved somewhere else or whatever. But none of them died, so they're all pretty happy about that. And they haven't bothered you at all. But you're back here at Cressida Croft's office, and she's thanking you, or she's already thanked you pretty profusely for that. But she says, unfortunately, I have to ask for your services once again, and this time it's probably even more important that it be your little crew and not someone officially with the watch.
So unofficial then?
Yeah, it'd be pretty unofficial what we need to be doing right now.
What can I help you with?
And with that, you suddenly hear, I believe... Wait, I need to find this character voice, because... I believe that I can be of assistance in clearing that up. And you see, walking in from the side door, one of the two entrances to Cressida Croft's office, or the Citadel. and into the office after you is he's got long silvery hair. He's got a salt and pepper like kind of mustache goatee thing going on. In fact, you have seen him before.
Dun dun dun.
It is. Oh no, he's super small. Oh no! There we go.
Oh no! Oh. Ooh.
It's the fencing master.
Yeah, if you've met him before, this is Vencarlo Orsini of the Orsini Academy, the finest school of swordsmanship in Korvosa. And does anyone want to do a knowledge local check?
Sure.
Sure.
Let's go do a though. Well, that's a 9. She doesn't know shit.
You know that he runs a good fencing school.
He's in front of me.
He seems pretty old.
18.
I rolled a natural one for a 6
Ah.
total.
All right. But Harper, you got an 18, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Harper, you've met this guy before. You're like looking at him like, okay. You also know that he's like, despite the fact that he seems to be like have a positive relationship with Cressida Croft, this guy fucking hates the government. Specifically,
name
like
again?
he hates monarchies.
And
He
Korvo
hates
or Steve.
what?
Sorry.
Oh,
What
sorry.
was his name again? I'm writing a note.
Vencarlo Orsini.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Dave.
This dude is like famously like he has been he's a pretty affluent person in Korvosa, and he has been out at every like big speaking event, whatever. He throws a lot of money into like mutual aid funds and shit. He thinks that any unjust hierarchy is fucking bullshit. And he like trains people. His dueling school, you're 19 lets you know this. His dueling school very specifically like trains people that aren't of means, and if you are someone who like comes from like a wealthy family or like an affluent family of Korvosa and wants to get trained at the Orsini swordsman school, then you have to be, or you're gonna have higher rates basically. He ups the rates for people that can pay. So yeah.
Great.
Then Carlo
Can I have
Orsini.
taken lessons at his school, but not from him? Can I have taken lessons at his school, but not from him?
Yeah, probably. It's like if you're trying to learn anything with like fancy like fencing styles, his school's where you go. There are other places if you want to learn like non-fencing stuff. So if you want to learn swordsmanship, you go to Orsini. Okay, yeah, rapier, definitely. You go to Orsini's fencing school. You probably done like one of their like daytime free seminars that they do for kids or something, or teens.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like went through enough classes to get kind of okay with it, but not from him because he wouldn't even pay attention to me. That's why I rolled the 1. Actually, is like I'm in awe, so I don't know anything because I froze.
He's a big enough deal at this point that he pretty much is able to in fact, actually Harper, you might know this as well. Over the years, so he's older now. But there have been other points in his life where he has taken long sabbaticals out of working with or out of teaching at the school to mostly run the school, and people aren't sure where he goes when he does that. All they know is like the books are all paid, the schedules are all organized, all that's taken care of, but Orsini completely steps out of the public eye sometimes for periods of time.
Interesting.
Yes. So anyway, so even though so Cressida like turns to you all and she's like, my old friend. Everybody, I don't know if you've met him. This is Vencarlo Orsini. He actually taught me my swordsmanship for a little bit. And he kind of gives like a little flourish. He's got like these big fencing gloves. Give me a perception roll, everybody.
Okay. How about I not drop it? Okay. Is I'll put that in dice rolls.
That makes sense.
Go.
Oh. Okay, both Zyph'eria and Valros, you notice when he does this little like flourish with his hand, you notice that while his middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb all move normally, the last two fingers on his right hand, which would be his sword wielding hand, they do not move at all with the rest of his fingers. Like they don't bend, they don't do anything like that. And he's only wearing a glove on his right hand. He's wearing like a big fencing gauntlet style glove.
Huh.
Is there anything?
Valros looks like she just wants to blurt out, but she's like, "Oh, don't yell, don't yell, don't yell."
Right. I mean, would there have been rumors we might have heard about, anything to do with his hands, or?
Not.
I'm being good at not pulling out a bag full of rings with fingers in them and asking if any of them are his.
Probably not. Yeah, no, this seems like the fact that he moves so naturally with it implies that whatever's going on here, like he's not scratching at the hand or anything like that. So whatever's going on with his gloved hand, it's something that he has kept to himself for a very long time. It's not a big deal, and it's not something that gets talked about a lot. So he is a sword master, and therefore that may give an implication to what happened there.
Look, shit happens. Shit.
Anyway, so we have man who hates the government here.
In a government office.
He's not in a government office. He runs his fencing school is not it's not an official. Oh, you mean the City Watch? Yes.
Right.
He's physically in the government office.
Yeah, he's inside of a government building. Yes, he hates. Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah, he's kind of looking around to all of you, and he's just like, "So I've been told that you are going around and helping out folks with the things that need doing in this time where folks might be taking advantage of the common people of Korvosa."
Yes, community service.
Very good, very good. You know, if we had more people like you fine folk out in the streets, we would already be out of this mess.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one.
I do not disagree with that. How is it that we can help you, sir?
Well, you see, I believe that the best person to ask about that is my associate here. And Cressida, she like kind of rubs her her like forehead. She's like, "Yes, of course. As much as I would really love for all of us to get to know one another, we just don't have that time right now. Vencarlo here has learned something that could degrade into sanctions, embargoes, or possibly war against Cheliax. Unless we act now."
Oh.
Yeah. This problem is a person. His name is Darvain Gios Ampre. He's an ambassador from Cheliax. You may have heard of him because he seems to just really have a lot of disdain for Korvosa and its people. As you may know, we were once a vassal state of the Cheliaxian Empire. In fact, House Arabasti comes from Cheliaxian nobility, but seceded from that empire and the House of Thrune when Korvosa declared its independence. But that was hundreds of years ago. So, yeah, it's a fucking mess. Anyway, even before this recent unrest, Darvain Ampre was planning to recommend that Cheliax sanctions trade on Korvosa, possibly embargo. Then Carlo has learned through his personal sources that Ambassador Ampre's actual goals are to undermine Korvosa's economy to the point where he can buy up large portions of the city from landholders. He is hoping to establish himself in a position of power before advising the end of sanctions with his allies in Cheliax. So I would really think that Korvosa could do without another slumlord. What do you think?
I could deal with that. I would say I would agree with that.
I can definitely see that.
Agree with that as well.
And of course,
like a dork.
I understand we all might have personal thoughts about someone who is hoping to buy up a whole bunch of property, or is hoping to bankrupt the city and then use that to take advantage of everyone, buy up a whole bunch of property, and then rent it back to Korvosan citizens and businesses at exorbitant rates. I suspect none of us would like that, yes?
Yeah.
No, thanks. I would rather not have that happen.
I just moved here, but that seems bad.
Yes. Yeah. So, unfortunately, we cannot take drastic action here. If he were to be killed, it would possibly provoke war with Cheliax, and it would certainly make him a martyr in their eyes. And they are, as you may be aware, one of the most powerful empires on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, no pressure. No pressure.
So, thankfully, Vencarlo here seems to have learned that he has been making fairly regular visits and might have some vices we can potentially leverage against him.
Huh.
Oh.
He's been making regular visits to a place in Old Korvosa called Eel's End.
Oh, great.
It's, it's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. It's run by a man named Devargo Barvasi. But you may have heard of him as the King of Spiders. He really seems to like that title.
Okay.
It's a terrible title, an even worse one to like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd love to put Devargo out of business, but he pays his vice taxes and all that, and he never causes any problems to all of us. In fact, since he keeps his business constrained entirely within Eel's End and its 5 ships, he's one of the least of our worries. I can't decide whether Devargo is just a parasite on us or if he is some kraken slumbering in the depths before his tentacles can worm their way throughout the city. But
no squashing the spider. Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to squash the spider necessarily, or I don't necessarily want to squash the spider, and I certainly don't think the City Watch should do that. Additionally, the fact that he has this web that stretches across Korvosa's underworld, we might be able to take that to our advantage.
How would that work?
Well, I'm thinking you could pay a visit to Eel's End, secure an audience with Devargo Barvasi, find out what he knows about Ampre, get proof of any illicit goings-on that the ambassador might be involved with, and bring that proof to me. Because
Okay.
All right.
both Vencarlo and I believe that we can use that to potentially undermine any forthcoming attempts by him to get Cheliax to cut us off. In fact, we might be able to get Darvain removed from Korvosa, from his position of power in Korvosa already.
Mm-hmm.
But you're pretty sure just killing him would be a bad choice.
I'm pretty sure just killing him while he's the ambassador to Cheliax would be a bad idea, yes.
Even if he's found in some horrible way, that implicates his country horribly.
I think that the first thing that needs to happen is that he needs to be publicly defamed, and then you could potentially look into taking him to justice. But by that point, he won't have any power, so...
We'll just get him recalled then.
And hell, he might even retreat back to Cheliax and not be our problem anymore.
I like that plan.
Yeah. Now, I don't think DeVargo would ever let someone from the Guard or an obvious ally of the Guard into Eel's End, but since y'all have been working with me kind of on the down low, I think you'll be able to get in there, and hopefully get that information, but it's probably not going to be willing to part with that information super easily, so I am going to supply you with some gold to bribe him. Whatever's left over, you can keep for yourselves. If you feel that there is more that you need, unfortunately, I cannot reimburse you for that much. So, I will give you, and she reaches into the cabinet, and she pulls out a pouch filled with 1,000 gold, and she sets it on the table. That's the maximum I can give you.
Okay.
Right.
We'll use this wisely. Hopefully we won't need to use it all.
Mm-hmm. DeVargo is dangerous, but so are you. If things get violent, bad things happen to crime lords in Korvosa all the time.
There's always someone willing to step up and be the next one.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going to let you all discuss potential strategy. I will also put your overhead view onto Eel's End. Whoop. Oh, wait. I have to go there, too. Do I need to reveal that? There, it's already revealed. I have a bunch of stock minis in here. But yeah, so take a look. I will...
So, Harper, you said you've been here before?
A few times to hear what's going on. I haven't been here in a little while though.
Yeah, Harper, as you're looking around, like, you recognize, like, some of the ships on here are brand new. And some of the ships that you're familiar with are no longer here.
It's changed a bit.
The only one that is a constant is the largest ship, the Eel, which the prow of it has like a big, it's got a big eel's body with a screaming man's face.
As though that's not terrifying.
Yes.
No.
Not at all terrifying. Oh no, where's my Zyph'eria mini?
Did I show up or not?
No, I'm looking for it in my That's not it. I see the one. Okay, I'm giving you all control of your minis.
Well, I suppose we should go to the main boat and ask for the Vargo and see if we can at least talk to him. Or do you want to explore a little bit first?
Maybe we should explore a little bit first. I don't
First
know
thing
if
you should
going and
consider
asking-
doing, you see that there are 2 large guards here and here. So let
Are
me
they stopping people?
I will read off the description of the site real quick here. Do 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 do.
I'll be right back. Give me a sec.
Okay. So here we go. A sprawl of light and sound marks the last pier of old Korvosa. Glowing lanterns in the shape of dream spiders and coiled eels hang from pilings or lampposts, flickering through all hours of the night. During the day, Eel's End, you see that Eel's End is quieter, but the place never truly sleeps. Famously, it caters to the vices and base needs of old Korvosa at all hours. What time of day would your party be heading in?
Is open all hours. We probably shouldn't arrive too early because the guy who runs it will probably be asleep. So maybe early afternoon.
I mean, if you want, it can be the time that it's busiest, so that way it's easier to just kind of slip in, slip out.
That
Yeah,
also
I was
would
thinking
make
like mid to late evening.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, y'all's call. As you approach, the sound of carousing booms from the elegantly painted barges moored to this long pier. There are large signs painted in multiple languages and nailed to pilings, hanging from ropes slung between barges, and painted onto random parts of the boats. The closest barge to the east bears a sign that says, "The Twin Tigers! Take the tiger by the tail and try your luck." Opposite to that, to the west, a boat sign says, "Welcome to the Golden Hook. No safer sleep in old Korvosa." Further to the southeast is Dragon's Breath Corridor. Dream the dragon's dreams at affordable prices. And opposite of that is House of the Clouds. The caress of our loves will take you straight to heaven. Only the largest vessel, an old warship to the south, bears no signage at all. Short rope bridges or gangplanks provide access to the decks of all ships from the pier and from the decks of other ships.
Hello, I'm back. Sorry about that.
But yeah, the ship on the end, that is the infamous Eel.
Okay. You said that there were 2 guards. As we're watching, as we're coming up, are they letting people through or are they charging? Can we tell?
They seem to be looking at people. I'm gonna let you try and discuss your plan. I am gonna run to the restroom really quick. If anyone else needs to take a bathroom break, this is a good time.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna go straight for the bribery. I don't think we should go in saying our intentions immediately,
No.
No.
saying who we're trying to meet. Because if they're going to say, if we come out of the blue saying we want to see this one guy who has political power, it's gonna be sketchy, especially if we show up with like a sack full of gold.
Agreed. I mean, perhaps we can walk around the gambling area.
Walk around the hall.
Check out a couple of the boats and then,
Hey, here's an idea. Zeph,
yeah,
you should see if they're hiring any dancers.
I definitely should.
That can get you in at the very least.
The problem is I don't really want to have to do the ancillary duties of a dancer here.
Hmm.
And I'm pretty sure that they do have ancillary duties.
They
Just-
might. Well, even if it's just a one-time performance. Oh God.
True.
Sorry, my cat. He
So
got
I can
stuck. He got
definitely, I can definitely act as though I'm looking around to get a feel for if I want to apply. If they
That
ask
sound-
me, I'm here,
that could work.
just seeing if it would be somewhere I'd want to work.
And then one of us could be muscle.
Right.
Your muscle.
Looks at Bakin.
Yeah.
Bakin, if you want an in.
Oh,
I can just.
Bakin just wandered off to get a drink of water, but yes, he would be happy to follow me.
I've been
And-
here before. I mean, I don't know how much they enjoy the fact that they know I'm probably they most likely know I'm a private investigator, but that means they know that I'm not officiated with the government, at least
Yeah.
technically.
So that only leaves me having to get in. Huh.
Well, I mean, I definitely would not come alone with just muscle. So if you're willing to basically be the we'll do besties, and
Okay.
I'm nervous, so I brought my bestie and my muscle.
I could be your agent,
If you wish.
manager of some sort.
Manager of some sort, yeah, we could definitely pull that off.
I handle your money. That would
No.
explain the cash.
True. Because I definitely want it to be I'm looking to see if I want to work here, not if they'll have me. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we all have like one person continuously hold all the money, or in case we get separated, we need to have more split up somehow?
Well, if
for
I'm gonna be
bribery?
pretending to be Zeph's manager here, I should probably hold the money.
True. Definitely that. I guess. How's your sleight of hand? I know it's a weird
Ooh.
question.
It's not bad. I've had experience in the past.
Okay. I do have a scarf full of pockets. So if
Well, I
we
also
need-
have a nice new fancy cloak.
That's true. Yeah,
There's
so
also an inside to most of these ships. Obviously, the most important one being the eel, for its inside. That is. There you go.
What was I thinking?
Dave, how
Yeah.
much did you hear?
I just got back, so.
So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to be looking to see if this is somewhere I would work. Not somewhere that would have me, but somewhere I would work. There's a definite distinction there. And so we're checking it out. And I brought my manager and my muscle. And Harper, you maybe advisor or
Or we
friend?
could filter in, one group goes in, and then Harper
Yeah.
come in separately, so it doesn't seem suspicious.
Either one of those could work.
I mean, admittedly, very few of you are like super well dressed, and you notice most of the people here are like, even the ones that are wearing like nice clothes, they're like old, kind of shabby nice clothes. So
Yeah, so we generally fit in then, right?
yeah, you pretty much fit in. I would say of all of you, Bakin probably fits in the best.
Bakin's gonna be Zeph's muscle.
Yeah, he also could be looking for work.
Yeah.
He could also just be looking to be a customer. I mean,
That there is that.
yeah.
The dream ship over there with its clouds of happiness.
Yeah, none of you are
Oh.
like obviously affiliated with the Guard or the Order of the Nail or the Sable Company or the Grey Guard or anything like that. And
Right.
so yeah, as you approach, you do notice that there's like a lot of people who wear they have mismatched clothes, but they're all wearing a pewter spider like pendant on or a brooch, and that seems to be the unifying thing between them. And
Okay.
yeah, there's like the two that like watch you come in, and they kind of like wave you all. They wave you in. Or depend. How are you approaching this?
I just
Do you want to test
walking
something or
up
anything like
and-
that?
Walk in like we're just walking in as regular people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's no obvious intention that we have towards anything other than curiosity.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you see this guy like waves you in. This other guy, he just kind of like walks back up. It seemed like he was standing on that deck to just like chat with the other guy. Now he goes back up to on the deck of the eel. Yeah. So you see a lot of activity. I've only put in the NPCs that I have stats for, but there are like people just all over this place. There are more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 people.
All right.
Oh, I was meaning to mention, is it okay if Valros, she did not bring Bolt back onto the boat, but she kind of let him play in the water. She's gonna let him out in the bay.
Oh shit.
Just, he'll hang around.
Yeah, he's just a since he's not an animal companion, he'll just kind of go wherever he wants when you have him in the bay. Like, he's not going to necessarily come and follow you, especially since, like, getting to Eel's End requires, like, going through the city and then coming out, which means that, like, Boltback would have had to go around, you know.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, meet me at the ships, buddy. Okay, bye. See ya then.
I'm going to roll a die to see if Boltback makes it back to the ship. Or
Okay.
it actually does come to meet you at the ship.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a nice pond that he likes.
I will
About
let
halfway
you
there.
roll. I will let you roll a handle animal check,
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
and that will determine what I have to roll above to have it succeed. So how about that?
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Oh man.
Alrighty. So there's a really good chance that he'll cut. Basically, a nat 20. Since you haven't like spent the time beforehand training him, this is like a really specific skill you'd have to train an animal. So, but with a nat 20, I will give you a 50% chance.
Fuck yeah.
Well, fuck me. Okay, there is an alligator. As you walk up on the pier, you notice that in the waters, though normally in a place like this you would see, it's not unusual to see jigsaw sharks because you're in brackish water. You do not see. You do see the familiar silhouette of an alligator swimming around in the water here.
Barrows catches sight and she's kind of looking and she's like, huh, okay. Like trying to not say anything. Pulse control is just, okay. Keep going. Don't look at the water.
Obviously, we shouldn't go swimming here.
No swimming. No.
No swimming. All right. So we scoping the place out
So
then.
what was the boat marked C3?
That is there's a bunkhouse there. It's a bunkhouse.
Okay, and C4?
C4 is the Twin Tigers. That's a you saw the thing. It was like, take the tiger by the tail and try your luck. So probably a gambling hall.
Either gambling or fighting, right? So we should go check that out.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Did we get a description of this ambassador before we left, so we know what we're looking for or who we're looking for?
So you did. Let me pull up a picture of him because he's up. Yeah.
So I'm just realizing that if I don't know who I'm looking for, I'll be having to listen for yes, ambassador, a lot.
Yes. Shit. Gotta move my icons around. Excuse me. I'll put him on the map so you can see what he looks like.
Huh. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah.
God, I want to shove this nerd in a locker so fucking bad.
He does look like the kind of person that I could definitely see you shoving in a locker.
And if we have to feed him to the alligator, we have to feed him to the alligator.
Huh?
Look,
Horrendous.
accidents happen.
Mm-hmm.
Horrendous.
Actually, if you only
Okay.
feed his hand, and then you train the alligator to show up everywhere he shows up, then he'll start avoiding our little city, right?
That is true.
Captain Hook.
Although I'm pretty sure Pullback doesn't a lot of other than stay in the pond.
Right.
Or
Captain Hook.
or this. But we're working on it. We're working on a connection. It takes time.
I definitely understand. I'm fascinated by the fact that you're getting an alligator to do as you ask.
Yeah, this is fucking wild.
We understand each other.
Hell yeah.
I've got this image in my head of someday you're going to be riding the alligator around town through the different canals.
That'd be fun. I'm just imagining them just chatting about this while walking to the fucking casino.
Huh?
I mean, I think you're making progress.
I think I am too. He doesn't hiss at me as much. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Were you ever able to put the crown on him?
Let's go find the ambassador.
The ambassador, yes.
Agree. Well, let's go find a gambling den and see if he's in there first.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So you head into the gambling den. You see there's these two Vudrani brothers. One of them's like he's kind of leaning against the wall. The other one is just in the middle. He's fucking all up in this. There's all these people like gambling around. And they're playing a card game that I guess I could simulate if we gotta. They're playing this card game, and you see some people all look really downcast as he reveals a card. And he's like, I guess the house takes it on this one. Ha 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 ha!
Can I roll perception on the on him who's running the game?
Sure. They're both wearing like
that is a 15 perception. Do I see anything fishy about how he's playing?
no. As far
Okay.
as you can tell, yeah. As far as you can tell, they're all pretty pretty fair looking games. You see a couple of other people. Yeah, there's cards dealt. There's some big gambling wheels. They're not currently being used because they're playing this big card game. And you see there's a big table, and in the middle of the table is a knife planted there. Give me a knowledge local.
Sure. $16.
Yeah, so you're familiar with the concept of knivesies. Knivesies is a game that came from the Shackles, which is the big pirate nation to the south. It's really popular in old Korvosa. But two contestants stand on top of opposite ends of a wooden table. Their right hand is tied to their side with a boiled leather strap. They have a belt pouch fitted to their waist and a dagger in the tabletop between them. After a count of 10, the game begins, during which time observers can place bets by tossing gold pieces onto the table and standing at the end of the table where their chosen fighter stands. As the game begins, each contestant, so that the two fighters, have to try to either... There's a couple of different ways they can. They can either push the other contestant off the table, or they can try to catch the most gold coins in their pouch. So, or from the pouch. So when you want to play the game, you're going to try and snatch a fistful of coins. But each time you do that, you provoke an attack of opportunity. If you want to know the mechanics for this game, I have mechanics for it.
Wow.
But yeah, each opponent only has one free hand. And so you could technically make a lunge for the dagger and... Yeah. Make a lunge for the dagger, because if the person trying to grab the coins, provokes that attack of opportunity, you can stab them.
Oh, cool.
That's why it's called knivesies.
Knivesies.
Yeah. But yeah, so... Yeah, anyone who is unconscious, dead, or knocked off the table is the loser of the game. So as soon as... once a contestant is unconscious, dead, or knocked off the table, the game ends. As soon as no coins remain on the table, or if any coin is knocked off the table, then the game also ends. Yeah.
Okay.
But if the game is ended by all the coins getting collected or getting knocked off the table, the winner is determined by which person has the most coins in their pouch. So, yeah.
Interesting.
And the money is emptied from the pouches onto the table at the end of the game. Half the total is paid to the winner, while the remainder is split evenly amongst all those who stood on the winner's end of the table.
Interesting.
So, it's for all the beans.
Nice.
There's no house cut, or do you pay the house to play?
You pay the house to play. 5 gold to play.
5 gold to get stabbed.
Yeah. I'm excited, but I'm not going to play.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really my kind of game.
Is the guy we're looking for at any part of the table?
He does not appear to be in this gambling hall, no.
Then we
Fair
don't
enough.
need to look here too long.
Well, if you want to come back and win some money, it will be here.
I think I make more money working than gambling, but it'll be tempting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be interesting.
I'm going to take
So I
care of
guess
that in just a second.
Let's keep looking.
The next ship would be the one marked C6. You know, if we came into this boat, we can go out this other gangplank. Yet my wisdom tells me not to gamble. My deep desire to play tells me I should try all the games, including that Nivy's one. I guess I would want to actually see it played first.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, money's nice and all, but, like, getting stabbed over what's probably not going to be that much money doesn't sound...
True.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do have luck.
You do have luck, but I really would rather use that on negotiating than trying to not get stabbed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, yeah, go ahead and move your minis, by the way, however you want your characters to move between the tables, or the ships, I should say.
Right.
We're heading
So
over
the
to
first
C6.
C6. Okay.
So as you head
Valros
on
is
to
going-
C6, this is the Dragon's Breath. It has been painted a gaudy red, and a sign at the entrance reads, "Pass into the dreams of the dragon." So this one, you actually don't go onto its top deck. You enter in through a kind of a makeshift hole that's been made into the hull of the ship, and there's just all this fucking smoke that puffs out. And as you go in, there's just this thick, pungent smoke. It's all, if you're sensitive to this sort of thing, it's offensive to your nose. And there are all these like partitioned silk curtains separating areas with large beds and couches. You see there's a bunch of patrons who are just lolling about, and in the like going between each of the couches / beds is a little cart being pushed by a very small man. And as you walk in, there's a big hookah on the cart, and as you walk in, he mutters to you, "Hi, come in and get smoked."
Oh, thank you. Ugh.
I think we are just passing through to the next ship, sir, but thank you for the opportunity.
Fine, but if you stay for another minute, it's gonna cost you 5 gold.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, we keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
To the eel.
So crossing onto the eel, there's not really much to do here, and you actually see some guards that start kind of forming in on your party if you try to like go out from the main like pathway. They're like, "All right, keep moving, keep moving."
Yeah, just keep going to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going to the next one here. C5.
Yeah, making the loop.
So this is so there's a single long structure that's on the top of the main deck of this barge. You can see it's like a big tent there. This is a large room. There's like these double cloth doors, and there's a large room decorated with throw rugs, large pillows, and the air is thick with incense and lit by red paper lanterns. There's a scent of anise, rosewater, and cinnamon pouring forth from smoking bronze braziers set on silver stands, which are carved into the likenesses of serpents and hunting birds. There's a bunch of scantily clad men and women loitering about the barge's deck as well. So, like, you ever see you ever seen the meme with there's like the guy, he's wearing like the silver codpiece and the big feather headdress, and he's got the body paint in like that's like around his nipples and shit.
Right, yeah.
Then you've got an idea of what people are wearing here.
I am enjoying every moment of this.
Hella.
They're all so pretty.
They are very pretty people.
Wonder where I can get an outfit like that.
I mean, you
But if
were
I
wondering
work
if you
here-
could work here, right? Joke,
Yeah.
nudge, nudge.
I guess that's how you do it.
I get a suspicion ancillary duties are what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And there's a woman here, and she's a half elven woman, and she looks to you as you approach, and she's wearing like the big like Wild West like the hoop skirts and stuff. She's like,
Nice.
Uh-huh.
she sees Zyph'eria specifically. She's like anything you see, love?
Oh, I like all of it, but I'm not here for this tonight, but I may have to come back.
Well, if you want to stay and enjoy the show, you're going to have to pay.
We're just making the loop right now to see what there is to see, but I appreciate that. How much is it for the show? And what type of show is it?
5 gold fee. And you can, well, we let you talk to the men and women and others who work here. And if you find someone who strikes your fancy, then it's a 5 gold fee, and you can retire to one of our private rooms in the lower deck.
That does sound delightful. I may have to come back at some point, but I thank you. I think we'll be passing on to the next ship.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah,
you come
that
back.
sounds good.
You all come back if you want.
Yeah.
I like how
That's
Valros
warming.
is still in C6, the smoke room, just getting fucking hotboxed. Like,
Oh no, sorry.
She totally
Sorry.
is.
No, she's here, and she's just like, oh, I'm getting a little hot under the collar. I don't know if I can stay in the room with all the pretty people. Oh god. Oh god.
we should
no.
relatable.
Oh no, there's too many pretty people.
All around
You're
me
so
are
pretty.
attractive people.
Pay to just say and look. It's
Yeah,
no fun if you
this is the Golden Hawk. It's a small ship. It is, as you walk onto it, you notice it is almost definitely not seaworthy. But it is so firmly and stably lashed to the pier that you don't think it's gone anywhere for years. And you see there's a big board that says a bunk, 4 silver per night.
Yep. Not looking for a place to sleep. I've already got one.
And there's like a little there's a gnome with an eye patch and a crumpled hat, and he's twirling a bunch of keys on a finger, and he hears you say that, and he says, "Well, if you're feeling like you can't make it back home tonight, we always have bunks. And I can always
That-
make more!" And he points to a wall, and you see there's a bunch of folded hammocks and like
Huh.
shitty mattresses leaning up against the wall.
I
Right.
appreciate that opportunity should we get to blitzed somewhere.
Yes, especially you just can't trust the dragon's breath out here, so keep an eye out.
I am going to lean in. It's like, is there any actual bar here, or is it just the gambling and the smoking and the sleeping with other people?
Oh, you can
Really?
buy alcohol at all of our places.
Oh, okay.
In fact, and he like checks a little pocket watch. In a few minutes, the Eel's End will be opening up, and that and at least the upper deck you can they play music, and people can dance, and then there's lots of alcohol served there too. So
Oh, I love
Yeah.
to dance.
I could go for a small drink.
Mm-hmm.
I like that plan. We should go dance.
Yeah, let's go dance.
Sounds like a plan.
Man, it's a pity we don't have this all on video, because I would literally just put on some like sea shanty music and just start fucking like dancing.
It
Hi
might be
there.
for the best.
I'm your free-form dance instructor.
Gonna be honest. That's exactly how Valros dances.
Beautiful.
She does not know dancing. She doesn't know how to dance. Look.
Well, I'll fix that. I know all the dances. Anyone you want to learn, I can teach you.
I'm dexterous, but only because my crazy gnome druid teacher would basically just throw fucking rocks at me, so I'd have to dodge them.
I mean, that is a thing.
Amazing.
I
You
think
can dodge a rock, you can dodge a hit.
Harper can dance. He just can't dance with the youth these days. He's behind on the times.
I know all the old ones too. We'll dance.
Some slam dancing going on. Or is that just slamming?
Dave, did you see the post from Impavidius?
Oh. Impavitus. It's Meg. Oh shit, that's where my pointer mouse is. The one great problem with doing dual monitors.
Finding your mouse.
Yep.
All right. So, you wait a little bit. Are you going to do anything while you wait? There's gambling, there's drinking, there's sex. You know, all the things that that your pastor warned you about.
My pastor's a priest of Caden Kalen.
Valid.
Oh.
Extremely valid.
Lady Pharasma doesn't have any specific things against this, but I'm pretty sure when Bishop de Bear told me that I was supposed to community service, this was not what I thought she had in mind. She had in...
It'll be fine.
It's not supposed to be servicing the community?
Ha
Look, I am all for supporting local patrons and local works. I need to focus.
I think we should go and maybe learn how to play one of these card games.
Yeah, let's go play some cards.
And maybe watch somebody do that knivesy thing. And then we can come dance when the deck opens for dancing.
I have an idea. If we want to risk a little bit, blend in. I'm
What's that?
fairly dexterous. Certainly... I've got a dexterity 16.
Fun.
I like that in my theater of the mind, Valros just said that, not Adriel said that, and so like
Right?
you're all standing on a ship
Hey.
like, so I've got a dexterity 16.
So I got a dexterity 16. And I don't know, whatever the fuck this is, like fucking rat claws, something like that. Rat teeth.
Are you saying you
helps
want to
me.
try knivesies?
I kind of want to try knivesies. It might be an interesting way to test my abilities.
This is true.
Yeah,
I mean, I
you
guess
see, as things are getting like, hyped up for the night, people are like someone just takes out a freaking they've got a big magical light and they're holding like colored filters in front of it, and so it's like creating a strobe effect.
Oh.
And you hear that starting to go on, and things get livelier and livelier as you're here on the on Eel's End, and on the Twin Tigers, you do see that that big long table. People do seem to be setting up the shit for a game of knivesies, and you see there's just this really big, dark-skinned guy. He's got a magenta cloth turban wrapped around his head, and he's got this just big ass greatsword that he like leans against the wall, and he takes off this really nice coat that he's wearing, and he hangs it on his greatsword, and he cracks his knuckles, and he gets the oiled leather strap tied to his leg, and you just see like one of the brothers who runs the Twin Tigers. Shit. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm definitely about halfway down the table deciding whose side I'm going to vote for when they start playing. I've got a few gold coins to throw.
How much
Yeah.
is it to enter in?
It was 5 gold to play, but I think you can throw gold at whoever you're going for, right?
Yeah. But you see,
Yeah.
one of the brothers like holds up the guy's like free hand, and he's all like, "Who would challenge the magnificent Mr. Magenta?" And you see this large gentleman. He takes one hand, and he like grabs the shirt that he's wearing, which is like this really thin material, and he just like rips it off. And you see there's little like quick releases on the sides of his shirt, so he can like tear it off with one hand.
Wow.
God, please tell me he has tearaway pants.
That remains to be seen. But he flexes his one released arm, and you just see like corded muscle in this dude's arm.
Oh, I like him.
Nice.
They say who is gonna face the magnificent Magenta. Valros just like raising her hand up. Okay. Okay.
No, wait.
And you see Mr. Magenta
Okay.
sees you, and he's like, "Ah ha ha ha! You may be small, but I am sure you are fierce."
Sure.
Wait, how tall is
I can say that.
Oh,
Valros
Hello.
is a stick figure, but she's also 5'10".
that? Damn, Harper really is the shortest, huh?
So Valros
Yeah.
is 5'10", which means I now have to commit to Mr. Magenta being like 6'7", because you can't call someone small if they're 5'10", unless you are extra big.
Well, I could see small because Valros is basically just a stick figure.
Fair enough.
He's
this really broad
stereotypical
dude.
she's the stereotypical changeling body. Just like, I'm kind of here.
Mm-hmm.
very slight. I'll hold your cloak for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else you want me to hold too, and I take up a position at that end of the table.
Yeah, you can hold that. Hold my rosewood.
Okay.
My rosewood armor. Yeah.
And definitely hold the money.
Hold
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah, I carefully.
It's
so
wrapped in
nobody
the
else really
cloak.
notices
Just wrap
they're
it in
handing
the
off
cloak.
the money. I take it and I slide it.
Hand it off. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely wrapped in the cloak. Don't accidentally throw it on the table. That's what you're telling me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Valros will use her own gold to pay to get in. How much is it? 5 gold?
Yeah, it's 5 gold.
Okay, 5 gold. To pay. Let's do this.
And then spectators can throw a gold on the table, correct?
Correct.
So I'll throw a gold on the table to be in on Valros' side.
Hell yeah,
Don't nudge
friendship.
Bakin.
I mean,
You pick a side, man.
he's looking between the two of them like, that guy's huge, but she's quick. Crap. All right.
Flip a coin.
Well, it flips when you throw it, right?
Mm.
See? Well, it seems like I should probably stay with the rest of the group down here, so I'll chuck a gold coin on there for Valros.
Woo! All right.
I think Harper is going to go to the end of what was his name? Mr. Magenta?
Magenta.
Harper is primarily here to observe the observers, see what's going on with people. So it's just trying to like play chill, and like we'll toss a coin onto the other side.
All right. Very good. Okay, so yeah, you square up with Mr. Magenta, who's just this thick boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a biggin. He's a big man.
Big thick boy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you prepare for your duel.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
Bum
dun,
bum
dun,
bum 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 bum.
dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun.
Yeah. So let me get the knivesies
The
sheet up
Duel
here.
of Fates going on here.
Right?
Okay. So you're like squaring off, and I'm gonna have both of you roll initiative, please.
Okay. Come on, there we go. There's my
Oh
die.
shit.
Initiative. So that's probably that's 10.
Dope. You beat him.
Whew.
Yeah. So you're gonna get the action first. So you can either go for the knife or you can just grab a handful of coins, which will be the number of coins you get. So as people start throwing coins onto the table, you see that there's a total right now. There's a total of about 23 coins. As this thing is
Okay,
getting set
going-
up, and the two brothers put your entering bids in, which is 10 total. So
Okay. Valros is gonna go for that knife.
Oh my god.
fuck, she's got a knife. Oh god.
What do you have? A knife! No!
So Valros, you
you're
grab
not
the
taking
knife.
chances with this game.
No!
And
They put the knife there. Why wouldn't I use it? Why wouldn't
Mr.
Called knivesies, you
Magenta,
need a knife.
his big ass hand reaches down and he just is going to start grabbing coins, which means he provokes an attack of opportunity.
Whoop whoop. Bad idea, bud. Gonna get a little slashy slash. Does a 13 hit?
That would be against his unarmored AC because he took off his armor before he decided to fight you. So let's see. Yeah, a 13 will hit him.
Woo! Is it like just a regular old knife? Like a D4?
Yeah, it's just a D4 dagger. Yeah.
Cool.
He's like, ah, ho ho, you have a sting. And he's gonna just grab a fistful of coinage.
That's a 1 damage.
Plus your strength.
Plus my strength. 2 damage.
All right, he is able to grab 10 coins. His big hammy hands.
So he's just grabbing coins.
He just grabbed some coins.
First person to get all the coins wins.
Or if you push him
So he's
off
got
the
10
thing.
of the
Or you just
23.
full on kill this man.
Which now comes to the audience, which you, so first of all, Harper, Zyph, and Bakin, do you want to throw any money in there?
Yeah, I'll throw another gold on.
Yeah, I'll check another one. This is interesting.
Okay, so now there's a total of, so 10, subtract from 23, 25, minus 10, so 15. There's 15 gold. Harper, you throwing anything in?
Nah, yeah. I'm gonna like kind of slink around and like see if I spot anyone playing the game.
All right,
Anyone
yeah.
else throwing money in?
So, yeah. We're gonna go on. Now it is Valros. It's top of the initiative order again, so you get to take your action now. There are now 15 coins on the table.
Is it against the rules to put the knife in my mouth and then grab the like hold the knife with my teeth?
It is not against the rules.
Fuck yeah. Knife in the teeth. Let's grab some shit.
And he's gonna punch you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a 23 to punch you.
Oh, shit.
Ouchies. Yeah, that'll do it.
I really need to just dump out my whole dice bag so I can find my dice better instead of trying to find them by feel. He does. He does 3 damage punching you. Wham!
Okay, Damn, okay.
But now you get to roll a d10 and add your dexterity modifier to see how many coins you grab.
Okay. Okay. Where my D10 is, so I'm gonna use a regular roller. D10 plus my dex mod. Okay.
Yes.
11.
You grab 11 coin. All right, and now it is his turn again. And he is going to try. Yeah, he's going to try and grab the coins now. So you can either make an attack of opportunity, or not do that. That's your choice.
Is it against the rules to scratch him with my claws?
It is not against the rules to scratch him with your claws.
Huh?
It is not against the rules to do that.
Okay, he's getting the scritchy scratch of opportunity.
All right. You could also try to knock him off the table.
Well, I'm not necessarily strong enough for that. Let's go. Be better if I didn't drop my dice. Look, okay. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will hit him.
Woo! And that is 5 damage.
All right. Damn. Okay. Yeah, and he's like, ah, ooh. And that, and then he's gonna get to grab stuff. Okay, there is now, because you grabbed 11 coins, so there were 4 left. There is now 1 coin left on the table, unless the audience throws more coins in.
Harper will throw another coin on.
Oh, you
I'll
son of a
throw one
bitch.
too.
Okay, let's do this. One more thing of coins left. Is it me now?
What?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's gonna be your turn.
Okay, we're grabbing some coins.
There's a total of 4 coins on the table now.
So it's D10 plus Dex.
Yep.
That's a 6.
All right. As I said, there were 4 coins on the table. So you grab all the coins. Though, while you're doing that, he does get another punch on you. Just wham!
That's fair enough.
You could say X gonna give it to you. And you take 4 damage.
Okay.
And then one of the two brothers that runs the Twin Tigers takes a little whistle and he blows this little tin whistle. He's all like, and that's the game! Contestants, share how many coins you have collected.
15.
Magenta pulls out his stack of 11, and he sees your 15, and he just starts chuckling. He's like, ha ha ha! Magnificent! You have thoroughly beaten me, young one.
Thanks, beefy guy. I need an ice pack.
Very good. The pleasure is in the doing, is it not?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about the claws. Shit.
Not
the
at
nice
all.
pack.
I hope it will make a fine scar for my collection. And you do notice that, like, just his freaking upper body is just covered in, like, various, like, monster claw marks and, like, stab wounds and stuff that have all scarred over. He looks like a map of the Grand Canyon.
Good fight.
Oh, he's a pretty
Good
one.
fight.
Or a map of the canyon lands of Utah, I should say.
Do I see anyone else of the other spectators or gamblers there who stick out to me though? While everyone's wrapping up?
Not in particular, no.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's see. We'll divide up the spoils now.
Half, and then half goes to everybody who threw coins at you.
Yep.
Like whispering to Valros as I help you put your cloak back on. Do you need healing? Are you okay?
I see little birdies.
So Valros, you're gonna get 18 gold.
Fuck yeah.
And who was on Valros's side?
Well, Bakin and I were both.
Yep.
All right, so both of you gain 9 gold.
Was no one else on Valros' side, or was there just no
There
other
were
spectators?
other people, but I'm just simplifying the math for my brain.
Fair enough.
You see the little birds too, right? Right, Zeph? Right?
Yeah, I can see them as I like do a quick prayer over you and touch you with a cure light wounds.
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
Huh?
It was 7 damage, but it was 7 damage probably to the face.
Oh, I rolled it wrong. Hold on. D8. We got maximum back.
Fuck yeah. Okay, that's better. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I'd say that's
Yeah,
worth
for
it.
9 gold.
Got 3 times what I put in.
Yeah.
Woo. Thrilling.
All right. And you notice that after your game of Knivesies that festivities have begun up on the eel.
Can we go
people
dance
are
now? Come on,
drinking and
Okay,
there's
let's go dance. Let's go dance. Let's go dance. I'll pay for drinks. Drinks on me.
Was Mr. Magenta? Was he looking okay or?
Oh yeah,
Did
he
you
looks
want
fine.
to join us for a dance?
He got
Oh, yeah.
like 6 damage.
Yeah.
He looks like he may have been an NPC taken from a higher level zone that I just put in here to have a fun NPC for you to interact with.
Ah.
Alright, so off to the eel, I guess. Let's get some
It's like
drinks.
fun.
To the eel. Let's first round's on me.
We go find the bar at the eel.
Yeah, so
Do they let us on now?
do they what? Yeah, they let you on. The guards are like they seem to be far more watchful of people getting on here. There are a pair of guards here on the end right here you see, and they are in front of a pair of double doors that have a big big dream spider painted on them. and they don't seem to be letting any of like the dancing people and all that get past. But other than that, nobody stops you from getting on the. Yeah. They don't seem to be stopping anyone from getting on the barge. You see, there's drunkards, sailors, revelers dancing and drinking on the large open main deck, while the aft deck is relatively clear. Yeah, there you go.
Can we get to the aft deck?
So there's these two guards.
Can we like
right
grab a
here.
drink and go up there, or is that also blocked off?
That's kind of all blocked off. Like, if you want to go to the upper deck, that's kind of blocked off. But you also notice there's just like a bunch of hammocks up there, so that's probably just like a sleeping area.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah. Whereas the double doors are probably more where you want to go there.
Okay, let's head to those double doors.
That's probably where the person we want to talk to is.
Yeah, the money. Actually, do I have the highest diplomacy still?
Yeah, I think you have the highest diplomacy.
If we're gonna bribe anyone, I should do the talking. You can carry the money, but
Well, if we still want to see, if you don't, or if it doesn't work out with you, we could still see if Zeph can get in.
Yeah.
We can just get in to talk under the guise of under the plan.
Right.
If she still wants to be dancing.
I'm perfectly willing to do a bit of dancing if we need to. But I think, as I'm sitting there holding a glass in my hand and leaning, against the railing or something, I'm like, I think we need to start with diplomacy, perhaps, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the Spider King will have some understanding of our need to keep this ambassador from becoming a slumlord in our town, and understand the needs of the poor people of this town not to be affected by this embargo and possible other everything else.
It'll cut down on his business.
Yeah, because any embargo will definitely cut down upon his business.
Yeah.
So at that point, I gesture to Harper and I'm like, your turn.
Okay. Before I make this approach, I'm so sorry I'm gonna say this, guys. Who are the names of the people again? I never write them down the first time.
Hold on one moment.
The King of Spiders is Devargo Barvasi, and the guy you're trying to learn about is Ambassador. Scroll.
Ombre something.
I was thinking his name was Ambassador Scroll.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Darvin Ghost Ombre.
Dos hombres. That means two.
Gios.
Yes.
I mean, I have no idea what favorite. Darvin Ombre or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
You're going to talk to Devargo Vovasi about Darvin on Ombre.
Ambry.
Well, if you put it in the thing with a written thing, so I'm not having to make it up from what I heard.
Yeah, no, I get you. Sorry, Ampry.
But it sounded like Ombre, so that's you got.
I will write it down.
It could be worse. They could be calling him Ombre. That's totally different from what I wrote down.
Yeah. So, whoever is approaching these two guards first, tell me how you approach. Set the scene for me. They both kind of like turn to you and they look like, oh, what the fuck's this Joker about?
Ouch. So Harper kind of, plays it cool, relaxed. Approaches as if he has every right and intention to be there, sure of himself. And brings up. So, I'm looking to be able to have an audience with How did I already mess this up?
Don't worry about it. I'll type it in.
Thank you. Spiders guy.
The Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Devargo Bavarsi. I really screwed that up handwriting wise. Devargo Bavarsi. We're looking to have an audience with him, and we just for the good of business.
Yeah, what kind of business?
Gestures around at the ships. His business.
So what besides his business, what exactly is your intention so I know what to ask him before I let you in?
Yes. We have some information about things of what goes on here that could really sourly affect his income at some point. We would like to be able to work together on this one point.
Okay, yeah. So I was just about to ask to clarify if this was a threat or a piece of intel.
Intel.
Okay, it's intel. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I am going to see if he wants you in. Go ahead and roll a diplomacy check, please.
Okay. 28. Nope. 20.
20? All right.
Nope, 27. My math is really... I know how to do math.
Hot diggity shit. Yeah, so a 27 is definitely going to do what you need. Yeah. So they let you in, or they go in and they check in with Devargo Barvasi, who lives in a pineapple under the sea. That is not true. That is not where he lives.
He was on a ship called the Eel's End.
Yeah.
On top of the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Tell me it's better down where it's wetter. Right?
Under the ocean, don't drink the water, 'cause it's full of fish pee.
That also fits. Really?
All right, so a couple seconds later and shit. Okay, I'm gonna drag you all here. I drag you
got
to
in?
hell.
You got in?
You're in. You are waved in to the spider's den.
Oh, no.
Fun.
Sorry, not the spider's den. That's not a fucking thing. The spider's web.
Yeah.
Even worse.
I mean, he might have a nice little fireplace and easy chair. You know, he could have a den.
Yeah.
Eight ottomans.
He does have a bunch of ottomans in front of his throne, you see.
They're tuffets. You know it. And I know it.
So did we get in under the guise of Harper?
Yep.
Okay,
Nope.
did we have to bribe?
We did not
No
have to bribe
bribes yet.
anyone
We
yet.
have to implicate
Fuck yeah.
that we have important information that will affect his business.
Which
Um,
isn't entirely false.
Very true.
It's true.
Before
It's not
these
a
two
lie.
guards let you in, they ask that you surrender your weapons. Do you willingly do so?
Yeah, I'll give up. I didn't bring like my sickle or anything. So the only thing I don't have any. Just like puts gloves on over her claws. Is this good?
Oh yeah,
Is this good?
they don't even like consider your claws to be weapons. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I'll hand him my sword and a dagger.
Alrighty.
I hand over my hand crossbow and a dagger.
Your magical cobra dagger.
Do I hand? Well, if I hand that one over, will it come back to me?
So the way that works is it comes to your hand at a command,
Mm-hmm.
or just like you will it back to your hand if you throw it.
Okay.
So theoretically, yes. And then Bakin, of course, you've got like a big ass flail. I don't know what other weapons Bakin has. I don't know if this is going to be like a 5-minute scene where he's just like finding new weapons on him.
All of I love the trope of all of your weapons and then pulling out like 3. All of them. 2 more. All of them. 2 more.
Yep.
At some point, he just like turns back to me and shrugs.
I was actually going to ask how big this guy is when I pull out this flail and this big warhammer and drop it on him. Here you go.
Wham, wham! You just see the guy like he is physically straining to hold up all your shit. He's like, oh boy.
They do not gesture for his sword cane because it does appear to be a cane.
Harper correct. Yeah, it's just a cane, and you're an old man who walks with a cane.
Yeah.
Or a fancy man who walks with a cane.
I'm a little bit of both. I'm a little old and I'm a little fancy.
Yeah, perfect. You're both, all of the above. So yeah, you are allowed into... Now, of course, the other thing you notice is that this room is just full of guards. This large room was once a captain's cabin, has currently been converted into a throne room. The walls are thick with spider webs, in which scuttle dozens of dream spiders, some as large as a fist, but most are considerably smaller. These spiders seem content to stay in their webs and do not venture into the room itself, which is furnished with 2 sturdy oak tables, surrounded by chairs. Aft, there is a wooden stage supporting a large leather chair covered with cobwebs and scampering spiders. A narrow door stands to the port, hanging ajar and revealing a flight of stairs leading below. An iron bird cage hangs from the ceiling like a chandelier, and inside of it is a purple dragon-like creature with little blue wings.
Can I roll knowledge nature on the dragon thingy?
Yeah, knowledge nature or knowledge local would be a good one too.
Well, my knowledge nature is better, and that's a...
Go for it.
Shit, gotta do math. 24.
I got a 21 for local.
24 nature.
Both of you recognize this almost immediately as a pseudo-dragon or a house drake, as they are locally referred to.
Ooh, cute.
And more importantly, you also notice it as a really pissed off critter. It does not want to be in this cage. It has clearly been put here against its will. This is not the appropriate animal husbandry for your house drake.
He needs enrichment.
He needs enrichment.
I'm sure he and Boltback will get along well.
Valros is kind of longingly looking up at the sky. Just... Okay.
Right. Harper approaches the throne.
Yeah, so DeVargo Barvasi's like, so I hear you're this guy who's gonna tell me some valuable information, yeah?
Yes, and I'm also hoping you can return with the same. Well,
so wait, this was not a... I was led to believe that you were offering me a gift.
I'm offering a solution to both of our problems, and I'm not sure if you realize that you have a problem yet.
Okay. So,
are you familiar with Ambassador Varsi who has been frequenting here lately.
I'm Barvasi. I think you mean someone else.
Ampre.
Oh, Ombre.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Ombre.
You
Let my
see,
brain work.
you see a little spider like crawl up and sit on his shoulder for a second, and he seems to like turn to it briefly, and then he looks back and he's all like, I may have heard that name once or twice. What's it to you? Or sorry, let
Well,
me do that line again, but with the character voice. I may have heard that name once or twice, but what's it to you?
well, we have reason to believe he's planning on buying out a considerable chunk of Korvosa. Really, and employing some economic policies that could be very harmful to the people. And harmful to the people means harmful to your business. We're just
So,
interested in keeping him from getting that leg up.
so let's assume that I possibly happen to have known of this sort of issue. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So why, oh why, should I trade this information for something of my own? You've offered me very little new information.
Well, can still make it worth your while. Kind of like looks at Valros.
What?
Yeah, I'm. This is where the bribery is most likely going to come
okay.
in.
She just kind of like.
Don't bring up all the money yet.
Okay.
I will name how much
my
money.
turn. My turn.
Not quite. It's like so.
She looks like she just got like. Sorry.
You might not see it so far as a large threat to you, but you're gonna need people to be able to pay to be here. And it looks like you don't necessarily bring in the highest bidders here, judging by the folks you have.
Are you fucking making fun of me?
But,
Are you fucking making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying, I have to read the chat.
Sorry. I'm just trying not to interrupt.
Roll me.
You made
You're doing good.
Yeah,
Good
roll
point.
me
It's just-
diplomacy really quick.
Yeah, I can roll that.
If others want to help, you can do aid another. To add
Okay.
to Harper's total roll.
Can I
Okay.
touch Harper and give them luck, and they get 2 rolls, and can take the higher of the 2?
Hell yeah.
That was a 24.
I will.
And that was a 20. So that was a 24 as a higher roll.
Nice.
Valros kind of aids, just like. We both know that the ambassador is not a very big fan of Korvosans, and if he buys up all the land, he might become competition. So that's 19 diplomacy to aid Harper.
Okay. So that's so now our total has gone from a 24 to a 20. So you've beaten a 25 for sure. Not quite to a 40 though.
I got my own luck.
Yeah, so
We also roll to aid. Would that be something?
yeah, it's a plus
I'm
2
not
for
sure
every
what it is.
person that rolls a successful aid another action.
And it's just a D20? Or
Yeah. Okay, here's the deal. I've got the information you want. And in fact, I keep documents on this shit. So, tentatively, I may have some letters between our ambassador here and the woman he's cheating on his wife with.
Oh.
Because she happens to work here at Eel's End. And she feeds me these letters. I'm not taking them unwilling from her. This is a mutual agreement. She found out he was cheating and thought, oh well, he's a piece of shit, so I'm gonna blackmail his ass.
Yeah.
And if she would like, we can keep her identity confidential.
Oh, of course, no.
Just between us.
We keep our fucking employees' identities confidential. Okay, that's not even a negotiable issue. Like, right?
I'm just trying to ease any anxiety.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't have anxiety, but yeah. Look, man, we look. I think it's very important that we all recognize, like, we're all down with sex workers here, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're extremely supportive.
Uh-huh.
Extremely supportive, and we are protective of our local sex workers because they have to deal with a lot of bullshit. And
yeah, I want nothing to happen to them.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's fucking bad for business. It's bad for people. So anyway, it's a given that this person's name is going to be omitted from these letters.
Yes.
Like, I shouldn't have even said their gender identity because I want to protect their identity as much as possible. That's on me. That's an oops on my regard, everybody. Pretend you never heard it. Got it?
I honestly already forgot.
Perfect. Okay. Anyway, so these letters have brought me plenty of income. But I'm willing to let them go if you make up the income to me. Now, I'd be willing to let these letters go for, let's say, 1,500 gold.
Valros is gonna like lean to whisper, I don't know what.
Give me a moment. I have money. I might have something.
Well, you might be able to work.
Definitely not
1,500. That's quite a bargain. I don't know if we have quite that on us. How would you go for trade?
Trading what?
Harper just happens to carry around all of his fancy knickknacks on him.
Hell yeah.
Including his sensual carving of entwined lovers that I got checked out that are worth money.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
Wait a second. Oh God.
Yes.
Because it's like two famous people in Korvosa too. Fuck.
Right?
Okay.
Yes,
Wait. So Harper's gonna offer this up.
He's
Go
got
ahead
the
and
good shit.
also. Are you gonna also offer money, or are you only offering the statue?
We're starting with only the statue, at least.
Roll me another diplomacy check.
Okay. Because the statue is not worth a terribly amount less of what it was already.
Fair enough.
Can
How
I
much
roll
was the
another
statue
knowledge?
worth again?
Hmm?
How much was the statue worth again?
It was estimated between 800 to 1100.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah.
So that was an 18. Do I want to be lucky? Am I feeling lucky today?
I think you're feeling lucky, and
I think I'm
I'll
feeling
factor it
lucky.
in.
I'm going to use one of my sleuth's luck.
Okay.
So that was not a very good roll on my behalf.
So your total is...
Roll 20 screen.
All right. That's now my high roll is a 22.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do the aid another action?
Sure.
You just got to roll basically a diplomacy, and you could, if you beat a 10, you add a +2 to the total.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Nice.
Nah, I didn't help. I didn't help. Valros is kind of entranced looking at this house drake.
I will say that a natural 20 plus, or a natural 20 on an aid another, I will allow this from this point on, house ruling this. If you get a natural 20 on an aid another, it doubles the normal amount you would do. So if you have like a feat that lets you do extra aid another, then it will double that amount. So
Nice.
normally your aid another can give a maximum of a +2. On a natural 20, I will say it gives a +4. So
That's a 26.
that's a 26. Perfect. So yeah. He sees this, and you like hand it over to him. Or actually, he's not gonna leave his throne. He's gonna gesture for you to walk towards him.
All right. I walk forward, presenting it.
And he like takes a look at it, and he's all like, "Is this fucking who I think it is?"
Harper nods.
This is gonna look so good on my mantelpiece. What a fucking stellar gift you have given me here.
I thought you'd appreciate it.
I am unbelievably content with how this trade has gone down. Thank you very much.
While they're doing this, Valros is looking at this little house drake, and she's gonna. Can I do a wild empathy check just to see if I can see what exactly this house drake needs, other than just not being in a cage?
Actually, so DeVargo takes a minute. He like snaps his fingers, and a couple of these thugs actually like stand up and they surround they kind of stand up and they watch your group, and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna have the boys watch you here. While that is going on, I am gonna go downstairs and I'm going to grab these documents. Make yourselves at home. I'm gonna take this." He takes the statue. "I will see you in a minute, yeah?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, how about I hold on to the statue until you bring those documents back up?
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy.
Because I mean, I have no reason to leave before I get them.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it on the table, perhaps.
24.
A 24. He's like, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. You there? And he points to one of these thugs. Would you be willing to give it to my associate here? and then he will stay in the room with you while I go collect the letters. How about that?
Okay.
Alrighty. So this guy like comes up and he like holds onto the statue and he like takes the statue from you and he like steps back. And Devargo Barvasi disappears downstairs. Anyway, Valros, you were looking at this house drake, and the longer you look at the house drake, the more it starts looking back at you. And suddenly, Valros, do you speak Draconic?
No.
Do you speak Orin, which is like the language of people who speak in like wind language?
She speaks Sylvan. That's it.
Sylvan? Okay.
Sylvan and Druidic.
Actually, yeah, pseudo dragons I think can speak they can speak Sylvan. Never mind. Okay.
I can speak Orange.
Okay, so Zyph'eria, you probably overhear as it's saying it's first it says this in Draconic, which if anyone can understand Draconic, you hear it.
Yeah.
It says, "Hey, you can get a better look at what I'm doing if you come closer."
I don't know.
And it says that again in Orin, and then it says it again in Sylvan, and then it moves to Celestial, then it moves to Infernal. It's just like seeing what languages stick.
Sylvan. Valros responds in Sylvan. How'd you get up there?
Well, I can tell you so much. First of all, how could I get up to high heights? I'm a fucking dragon.
Well, yeah. Usually dragons don't put themselves in bird cages on
No, they do
ships.
not. No, they most certainly do fucking not.
So how'd you get in there?
One of these assholes. And he nods over and you see one of the thugs here. This guy with the 2 hatchets. Like one of these assholes fucking bushwhacked me, and he presented me as a gift to the king of spiders. Like I'm some fucking gift.
No, you're not. That's ridiculous.
You goddamn right. I'm a fucking person, man. I'm a fucking dragon. I don't belong in a cage. I'm nobody's fucking property.
Huh. Yeah, it seems to be some misunderstandings here.
No, it ain't no understanding. That fucking Devargo Barvasi guy, he's fucking gross, okay? Like, look, man, he's very supportive of sex workers, and that's a cool trait. I don't want that to be associated with him being a villainous person. He is just a villainous person for other reasons.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, and he doesn't see drakes and dragons as people, which is some bullshit.
That's some bullshit, yeah.
So, hey, how about you, spring me out of here? Eh?
Well, I also don't want to get murdered. Here, if you want to wait, because we're kind of waiting on him to get us some stuff that we really need. So, once he hands us that, I can ask him about you. And I can get you out of here.
He's gonna fucking scalp you is what he's gonna do. Fucking
well,
scalp you.
Try.
He's gonna charge you. He's gonna sell me like a piece of goddamn property is what he's gonna do.
I lean over to Valros. What's he saying? I only understand part of it.
Yeah, this is an intelligent creature, not a pet. I want to get him out of here.
Yeah, I have a name. I have a name.
Oh, that wasn't common.
Oh.
So, and then she's going back to Sylvan. So, what's your name?
Majenko. I'm Majenko.
Majenko.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you, Majenko. I'm Valros.
It's nice to meet you too, Valros. Thank you for treating me like a goddamn person.
Well, I'm glad I could understand you.
DeVargo
You
can
know, you
fucking
probably have to
understand me.
switch through so many languages. Oh, I see how it is.
He can fucking understand me. He keeps me like a goddamn like a bad cat.
I don't even treat bad cats like that.
Yeah, man. You know what he does? He makes me fight spiders. He makes me fucking fight spiders.
You're not pest control. You're not.
I have a job. I am pest. That is my career. But I kill fucking imps, okay? Like, goddamn.
Yeah, it's different. So, like, you were just like in the wilds, just outside the city?
No, I was in the city. I work for the city.
Oh,
Like the pseudo
Yeah,
dragons, we work for the
pseudo-dragons.
city, right? Like we fuck up the imps. Because the
okay.
cat, you
Yeah.
know, the academy, the headmaster of the academy, Toph Ornelos, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He's all like obsessed with conjuration magic and shit.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, that ridiculous. Way to get in.
And so he's just summoning imps all the time. And so we pseudo dragons, we are proud city employees that fight fucking
Yeah.
imps.
Yeah, you shouldn't get treated like that.
We're getting treated like shit, you know? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Hey, David, how close to the ground is the cage?
The cage is about 10 feet off the ground.
Okay. She leans to Zeph, just like,
Yeah.
he's a city. He's a city.
Well, all the pseudo dragons are.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Think
it's the
you
only thing
can-
that keeps the imps in reign.
Yeah.
Can we? Is there a way to lower the cage? Can we spot that?
Yeah, there's like a big crank on the wall, and there's a big, it looks like the cage is hung where you would normally hang a chandelier. It's like on a similar apparatus.
Is it by a chain or by a rope?
It's a big chain.
I'm gonna ask one of the guards if I can check out the dragon a bit better. I've never seen one close up. And
Yeah.
I just I'd love to get a chance to see one close up.
So yeah, you go up to this
Valros-
guard, and it's gonna be this guard here with the mohawk. And he's all like,
well, actually, we can't see anything. All we see is a big black square. So,
"Oh, really?"
yep. You haven't you switched us to it, but you haven't shared it.
Oh, I'm in the throne room. I'm in the.
Scroll to the
Yeah, I
bottom
see
of
it.
that page that you're on.
Oh, weird.
It's a very small portion that I've revealed.
That's the problem.
Because there's a really big map here, but I only wanted to reveal a small portion.
Oh, okay.
David, Valros is gonna switch back to Sylvan. Hey, Magento,
Yeah?
can you act sick?
Sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose, what is your plan?
Well, I might be able to. This friend over here is wanting to get a closer look, but if you act sick, might be able to convince them, like, hey, you need medical attention, and they might take you out, and then if we can get the door open, you know, bang bang boom. Mm-hmm. Oops.
Harper
You know.
has no idea what's being said, but in Draconic just says, "Whatever you're talking about, do not get us killed." To the Drake. So, he's not like all this speaking in languages he does not understand in the corner of his eye.
Yeah,
Totally
so he's
different.
gonna be like, okay, I will try my best. And he's gonna start and he's rolling a
I'm
bluff
back away.
check. However, around this time, you just hear, you know, the funniest thing, I was looking through all my papers, And Devargo Barvasi returns to his throne. Like, I was looking through all of my papers, and I found a little while ago I actually stole a bunch of letters to the ambassador from his mail. Stole them straight out of his mail. And I gotta tell you, check these out. They are juicy as fuck.
Yeah, you could check that out. And Valros is back in common, like looking over this dragon that's pretending to be sick, and she's like, "Oh no, poor guy. He's not looking too good. I think I might be able to help him out."
Oh shit, that's an interesting development. Okay, so yeah, you make a comment about the pseudo dragon. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not a big pseudo dragon owner. This is my first one, kind of my starter dragon. I'm hoping to maybe branch out into more advanced dragon keeping in the future."
Yeah. I think he might be allergic to the bedding. What are you feeding him, and what's his like daily feeding schedule? Also, like this enrichment. I don't know if this is doing it.
Do you want these letters or not?
Well, yes.
You want the letters. Okay, let's talk about the letters. We can talk about my animal husbandry once we're done with business.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of glares at, like, just not glares, sternly looks at Valros.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put in Valros like we'll take care of it, the dragon as soon as we get the letters.
Okay.
So, yeah, he explains to you, yeah. So, it looks like, from what I've got collected here, now I've got information collected on every major figure in all of Korvosa. The spider's web does travel far, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, our little ambassador Ampri here has been in a scandalous love affair with a woman back in his home country. Now, when I first heard that a while ago, I paid him a personal visit. And, well, I was able to procure some of these letters. And I have been selling them back to the ambassador every night. However, or every other night. However, the fact that he hasn't gone to the Korvosan Guard yet implies that these are very, very sensitive. So I think you'll have a lot of fun with them. But I've only got 2 left, and he hands you the 2 letters. And he says, "It's been an absolute pleasure doing business with you. And if you ever wish to work on these things again, please let me know."
I'll keep that in mind.
We'll keep that in mind.
Anyway, there we go. Get the hell off of my boat. Enjoy the rest of Eel's End. And I will probably see you again in the future.
Your house
Harper
Drake.
nods and tucks the letters into his coat.
I think he's ill.
So does Harper just fucking book it after this?
I mean, Harper desires to collect his crossbow and dagger.
Oh, yeah.
Valros is kind of making eyes over to Zeph, just like
So,
opening the door.
Sir, can we possibly buy your house Drake from you?
My house Drake? Why ever would you want to buy my house Drake? You can catch your own, you know.
It does seem to be sick. Well, yes, but they're a pain in the ass to take care of. So this one seems to be sick, and I would like to get it out of here and into a better location for it so it can be nursed back to health and then sent back out to fight the imps.
He takes a look at Majenko and he's like, frankly, I don't care about the little war of winged creatures in Korvosa's rafters, but I am willing to part with my little pet here for 2,000 gold.
What? You're gonna sell us a sick house drake for 2,000?
A healthy house drake is worth 1,500 easy.
So a sick one's worth 2,000? I think not.
A sick one is absolutely if a healthy one is worth 15,000. Did I say 1,500? That was my mistake. That was like God probably screwed that one up.
I mean, it'll die soon enough as it is.
Well, you better pay me my 2,000 soon and enjoy your new pet for as long as you've got it.
How about 250 gold?
That is like less than 10. That is like 10% of my proposed cost.
I mean, you're going to have it
750.
for a few more days.
How about 750? Gold. 750.
Roll a diplomacy.
You want us to roll diplomacy?
Let's try it.
I got a 17.
I got a 9.
A 17, he will bring it down a little bit. I will kick it down to 1,500. That's 10% of the market cost of a house drake. Note, he just made up the market cost of a house drake. There is no house drake market.
Since they're such a pain in the ass to take care of, I can't imagine people actually want them as pets.
Yes, well, I can't imagine that people would want things like tigers and half wolf, half dogs as pets, and yet those sell for quite expensive as well.
Yeah, pets are just weird around here. I will admit that. I have a couple of these, and I'm gonna hold up. I've got 3 of those gold ingots that are stamped. They're worth 100 gold piece a piece.
Yeah, so you basically just hold up 300 gold.
I mean, that's what I've got.
That's it.
Well, Valros also has the bag of cash.
Harper looks extremely sternly at Valros.
What?
I kicked Valros.
She doesn't pull it out of the cloak quite yet.
I think.
Yeah, I just like to give it a good place to die.
Basically, we're
haggling.
Doing disposal for you.
Haggle with me.
We're trying.
I told you I would teach you how to haggle by force if necessary.
I got 300 gold for you, man. I don't think it's going to survive the week. You know, I don't want to pay too much for something that won't survive the week without a lot of nursing. I may have to pay a lot to have it nursed back to health.
If anything, we're disposing of this for you.
Harper, you were saying something?
And I'm going to...
Mercury, you were saying something?
Oh. Harper's just like, oh my god, can we not? Internally, Harper's just also like, I just gave up my most expensive thing I owned for this mission, guys. Get it
together.
I'm gonna kind of whisper towards in Oren to the house drake that it really needs to make some sickness sounds right about now.
Pretend you're dying. Pretend you're dying. Help us out, buddy.
He's already been doing that. And I will tell you right now, DeVargo Barvasi's sense motive did fail, so he does believe that this house drake is sick. He is still going to charge you 1,500 gold. Unless you haggle down.
I bring it down. I can go 900.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. 1,200.
That's still too much for a sick house drake.
1,200.
900. Maybe 1,000.
1,000.
Roll diplomacy.
I should like
Got
to
the die.
assist with a 21.
Oh, where did my die go?
Yeah, okay, a
Like,
21.
Harper,
He'll
give us
take
a hand here.
1,000.
We need to free the damn dragon.
He'll take 1,000 for this dragon.
Okay. Thank you. Your business.
I guess we're gonna own a dragon half-seas. You got 500. I've got 500. I think we're good, right?
Well, you know.
Did
Okay.
you only have 300? Do you have the...
Well, Valros has 450 gold personally. But
That's
we
coming
also
into
have,
your cut
you know,
of the
the stash.
final payment. There will be a
Personal
Look, I
funds.
got- I got 450.
I'll put in 650.
What do we got
and we're
for
good.
450 and then
550
Yep,
and we're
you're-
good. I've got
okay.
it. Don't worry.
Then I'm down to 0.
Okay.
Okay.
You
None of it came out of the money we were given for bribes.
Congratulations, you have now purchased a house drake.
Okay. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get...
Well,
And
now we
Dvargo
gotta get him out of the
Barvasi
cage.
waves you out and he says, "Come back anytime if you want to do business, but not when I'm in a funk." I don't know.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Harper waves off. Just goes like, oh my god.
I grab my weapons and the house drake.
Yeah, we're just
And-
gonna carry out this house drake that's just faking it. It's like dramatically draped across the Valros's arms, just like just hold it up until we get out of here. Just hold it up
Just keep coughing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got you, buddy.
I was really worried you guys were gonna make us fight our way out of that.
Flying creature. I'm not going to let a flying creature stay in a cage. Bad enough I can't fly.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let an
so,
intelligent creature stay in tiny bird cage.
Presumably, you leave Eel's End here. Wampa 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 wampa.
We should go back to the tavern.
Back
Or
to the
hey, we could go hang out at that one lady's house.
Yeah, the fortune telling shop.
Zalaris.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
once
nobody
we get
can be
around the corner and out of sight of Eel's End, Valros just puts the cage on the ground and just opens it, just like, okay,
I
yeah,
don't
go,
even think
be
we took the
free.
cage. I think we took the dragon, but not the cage.
Okay,
Yeah, as you
Wrapped him in
release
a- wrapped him in a-
Majenko,
okay.
he pops out of the
Coast
cage and he
clear.
like does a full body. He does the good cat stretch.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, thank you very much for that. Ah, jeez.
Yeah, I couldn't stand seeing you in there like that.
House drakes don't belong in tiny ass cages. It's some bullshit. Honestly,
No,
no
they
flying
don't.
creature belongs in a cage where it cannot stretch its full body. If you are a bird keeper or any other kind of pet keeper, do not keep your animal in something that it cannot stretch all the way out in. That's really bad animal husbandry. Anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey, you need anything, you call Majenko. I can do information gathering and shit. I'm like, I know all the pseudo-dragon colonies around the city. So you need anything, you let me
Oh,
know.
yeah. You need a place to rest, you can come by on the groundskeeper's cabin in by the cathedral.
Hell
Erasmus
yeah.
Cathedral.
Sounds good.
Yeah, feel free to hang out.
And hey,
Or you can come to the Bitter Tavern and hang out on the roof. My window's there.
oh hell yeah, I've rummaged around in their dumpster before. It's great.
Good place, huh?
Yeah, the cold chili is pretty good.
Yeah. Even better.
Glad
with
we could
beer.
help you get out of there, bud.
I feel like he owes us money. He should leave now before I start questioning my motives. Like, wait. No.
And he takes
no,
off. Anyway. So that is kind of the end of what I had for session.
We got to go back to Cressida, give her paperwork.
Let's split up the gold that we didn't spend among ourselves.
We didn't spend any of it.
Just split it up among ourselves.
So 250 gold pieces each.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm not completely broke.
And Vencarlo Orsini actually looks at that and he's all like, you know what would be really cool of me? If each of you, I am going to round out your wallets. 500 gold each.
Oh shit, thank you.
Oh shit, thank you.
He gives you all an extra 250 gold, basically.
Fuck yeah. Also, I'd watch out for that King Spiders guy. He's catching house drakes. That's very illegal.
That is actually not illegal. Very few people in the city of Korvosa consider house drakes to be like more than creatures, because there's a lot of animals that are technically intelligent in the world of Pathfinder. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is right, but it's just like, you know, the city does not have laws against capturing house drakes. The house drakes consider themselves employees, and a lot of individual citizens consider themselves like municipal employees, but the city does not officially recognize them, nor does it pay them. They just
they need a union.
Yeah, they like build like usually what it is like people in the shingles will build like a house drake rookery, and then they'll like leave food for them and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valros is gonna have to start building have to start building a little house drake house attached to the cabin.
I mean, they'd be very handy as front line of they're going to spot the undead before most others will, because they'll be flying around the graveyard if you do that.
That'd be good. Honestly, that just sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Plus, there's probably better hunting for things over there.
And Vencarlo is actually, so Cressida is like, so how did it go? And Vencarlo kind of interrupts her. He's like, I would like you to regale me of the stories of what you experienced today.
I got a mild concussion.
I managed to, with a trade of something of equal value, I managed to get these very incriminating letters of the ambassador. They're quite interesting to read.
Magnifique. You know, I was talking to my friend Field Marshal Croft here, and she was saying that you, my friend Harper, are known for having incredibly sharp wit. And he's going to take your hand, and he's going to try to kiss the back of your hand. He's going to say, as someone who works with things that are sharp, I must say, I very much appreciate that.
Ooh. Valros is looking in the back like, get it. She's doing the nod. Mm-hmm.
Harper has like a very brief moment of like surprise and shock, and then kind of like lowers to a smirk, and then it's like, yeah, love to see about that. Compare fighting styles, perhaps.
If you would ever like a private lesson, you know where to find me.
Ooh.
Noted.
All right. And with that, just give me a quick secamundo, because I think I have a good conclusion for the session. Okay. Yeah, I know what okay, yeah. So as you're all like kind of winding down, you know, you've set things, or you finished things up with the conversation and such. You suddenly see, you hear a crackle of lightning, and you see a flash of light, and you smell like ozone. And as you all step outside of the citadel, you see massive projections of Queen Iliosa have appeared above the city, as well as a number of like all the lights from like lamps in the city. Like the lights, the light given off by them forms these little like faces of Queen Iliosa, and she's like, and you see like her makeup's running on her eyes, and she's like, "Citizens of Korvosa, we have identified my husband, your king's killer. A local artist named Trinia Sabor, who had been hired to paint mine and my husband's portrait, had been poisoning my husband during her sessions with us. I do not know why, people of Korvosa, but band together now and bring this scoundrel to justice." And that is where we are going to end session for the day.
Ooh.
Huh.
Spicy.
An artist killed him.
Thank you, everyone who has been watching for the episode, and I want to thank all of our players. Of course, we want to thank our guest gamers, Bakin, played by Dean, and Harper Prescott, played by Mercury,
Hey.
as well as two of our regulars, Zyph'eria, played by Jen, and Valros, played by Adriel. So thank you all. Join us.
Hey, Dave, I've got a call out if you don't mind.
Oh, yes, please.
Next weekend, Black Shield Gaming will be providing a games run for OrcaCon. It's OrcaCon in Seattle, is it Bellevue?
Bellevue.
Washington is going digital. They're using tabletop and Discord, and they will be running games, and there will be a all-day drop-in, drop-out con game on Saturday. That's a continuation of last year's Star Wars drop-in, drop-out game. Hint, hint, Dave.
The flying pig squeals again.
Exactly. So yeah, we're hoping to get some players, and I'll try to post a link to the OrcaCon group in your group online.
Alrighty. Yeah, so if you want to join us in our online Curse of the Crimson Throne group, I have popped a link to our Discord in the chat. I will try and put one in the description of this video when I eventually get around to uploading it to YouTube. Other than that, join us next time on Curse of the Crimson Throne, when our heroes have to pursue Trinia Sabor, the reported assassin of King Eodred Arabasti. Yeah, thanks, folks. We'll be looking for guest gamers for next game as well. This one will be a lots of tricks and flips and all sorts of things. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Yay!
Have a great night, gang.
Good night.